I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum. Oh.
Everyone, and welcome back to the best place that you could possibly be in the entire world, the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. This week, we have something very exciting to announce. Ooh, YouTube, I hope you're ready. We have the man, the myth, the legend joining us on camera today for the first time. The purple-haired, purple-chest-haired master of the universe, Dr. Harry Pienenstein Jr. Are you there?
Hey! It works!
There he is. It works. Alrighty. Well, Mikey's on camera, y'all. Holy shit. As you can see, no suspenders, no purple fro.
Just a death metal shirt and a death metal hat.
Just a, right. Yeah, no purple chest hair, no. Nice. So that's Mikey. Welcome to the show, Mikey. It's like I have a new co-host almost.
Pretty much.
It's wild. Yeah. Anyway, well, welcome everyone to literally the coolest place you could be, I think, and I already said that, but the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. We don't have a rental store, and now that Mikey can, I can see his face, I can see his judgment when I say that. But one day, we may have a rental store. I don't know.
That'd be so awesome, honestly.
Thanks for coming back and joining us again. We hope you guys have been tuning in every week, and we hope you enjoyed last week's movies that we sent you home with. If you have not already, please go ahead and like the show wherever you're listening to it. If it's your first time listening, welcome. Mikey will get you set up with a membership. Subscribe. Wherever you're listening, subscribe. Especially Spotify. We actually got, Mikey, just so you know, we got 2 new subscribers on Spotify this week. Super exciting. I was stoked for that. Hey. Follow us, give us a rating, share us with your friends. Spread the love. I think this is a pretty cool place to be, right?
I think it's fun.
Yeah, it's okay.
Angel
I mean,
penis.
It's not like the worst. Oh, yeah, that's my name this week.
I see why you said it, though.
It's Angel Pen 15. Thank you very much. Angel Pen 15. So I'm actually a very big Lee Van Cleef fan. He's from Jersey. Did you know that?
No, I didn't. That's interesting.
Yeah, he was from Jersey, Somerville. But so Angel Eyes is Lee Van Cleef's name or character name in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which we're talking about today. So this week I am Angel Penis, theme of the store. God, son of a fucking bitch. Every fucking week, bro. Every week. What are you drinking? I can see it's a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I know that already. That's awesome. But yeah, anyway, that's welcome. We're glad you're here. So if you haven't visited the store before and this is your first time, pretty simple. For $3 a month, is that what it is?
But yeah, I think it's $3 for a membership.
Yeah, so $3 a month. I think it's $3 a month gets you 6 movies, 6 free rentals a week at our store. So none of that's real, but Mikey can sign you up with our fake paperwork. Yeah. So that's kind of VHS Doom.
And then I got to set it on fire afterwards.
Yeah. So we don't have a good filing system, and we have a bunch of demons who work here. So usually the paperwork just gets set on fire, and it's all like the honor system. So
once we do it, Balthazar remembers it.
Right. He just remembers he writes your name in the book of the damned, I think. Oh, shit.
In his death note.
Was I not supposed to tell people that? Oh, fuck. So essentially, they're selling their souls. Is that what it is?
No,
God.
they're putting their names in a book and they're gonna die in a few days.
Oh, is that why we keep losing customers?
I think so.
I'll cut that out.
The other new staff is dead too.
Really? Him?
You and me are dead.
You and me? Oh my God, those poor guys. What about Long John von Schlong or whatever his name was?
Oh, Hoscock?
Yeah. What was it? Hans Hoscock? Yeah.
No, it's just Hoscock.
Oh, his first name was Hoscock?
No, it's Haas and his last name is Cock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a German guy. He started here, last week, I think, or the week before?
Like when we first started, but we didn't have a name for him.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
I
we
haven't seen him.
people when we find them.
Right.
We hire them.
Right. I haven't seen him clock in a while, so I guess he just disappeared.
We totally don't find people.
What?
This isn't like forced labor.
No, we don't use like forced labor here. No, we hire people, and you know what? You can apply. Actually, really cool. So, one of Mikey's Twitter friends and a follower of the show, I won't say his name or anything or dox him, but is interested in possibly, editing for the show. So, if you guys go to vhsdoom.com and check out our website, you'll see like the third page down on the website says that we're looking for people, which is, kind of true. We're still trying to like get our editing down pat and like get our show in the rhythm. And I feel like we're doing a really good job without really hitting our stride. So sooner than later,
episode 22.
It is, yeah. So sooner than later, I think we're going to be looking for like an audio engineer and editor who might be interested in taking over editing for the show. Obviously, you won't get paid shit, just like we don't get paid shit, but for funsies. But right now, I am actively looking for a video editor since, as you can see, Mikey finally, hello, Mikey, got a camera. And he's going to need to get edited. That cool guy with his purple hair and his green chest hair and his orange suspenders. The people who listen.
Oh, no, it was purple chest hair, too.
Purple chest hair and green suspenders?
I think so.
Right, and you tie the suspenders to your shoestrings?
Yes, and then I only have purple sleeves. It matches my chest hair.
Only purple sleeves, and then he dyes his chest hair to match his sleeves. Right. God,
no, it
forgive
just
me.
grows like that. I bought the sleeves to match it.
Oh, got you. Yeah, so for those of you who are new and you're just listening, that's exactly what Mikey looks like. If you're watching on YouTube, you know what Mikey looks like, and that's exactly what he looks like. And then, if you didn't know, Mikey actually showed up the day that the Wolf Creek crater was created. Did you guys know that?
I forgot I said that.
He's a fucking alien. That's what it is. So anyway, yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, so vhsdoom.com, we are looking for video editors and possibly eventually a sound editor to join the team. And we make no money, so you would make no money. So there's that. But it's for funsies. But hopefully Mikey, our friend there on Twitter, will be interested in the video. We'll see. Also, yeah.
He liked the last episode, so.
Oh, did he? All right, cool. Yeah, I was really throwing in some sound effects there. But you know what? I had fun with it. And this week, I think we're going to have maybe just
I wish we could focus in on our eyes.
just a couple.
Wish I had a cigar,
right?
too.
Right? Yeah. I don't smoke anymore, whatever. But yeah, so also, while you're on vhsdoom.com, scroll all the very, very way down to the bottom of the website, and you will find the portal to our merchandise store. So if you are into the show, you want to support the show, if you guys are watching on YouTube, looky there. Woohoo, woohoo. We got our VHS Doom staff shirt that says staff on the back. We also have several designs of movies that we've covered on our podcast thus far. So go check those out. Personally, my favorite is probably the Brain Dead, Dead Alive shirt that we made. So check that out if you're
That's mine
interested.
too.
Yeah, all proceeds go to supporting the store. Well, the store, the podcast, and getting Mikey a new possible Mikey, so he doesn't have to use his
Look at this. Look at this
Xbox.
shit. It's an Xbox mic.
Right. So maybe we get Mike an actual mic.
It's like a $10 Xbox mic.
Yeah, right. Bro, did you see I made I didn't even consult you on this one just cuz it's like classic whatever, but Dawn of the Dead. I put a Dawn of the Dead shirt up.
I think I did see that. That's awesome.
But yeah, that's the Night of the Living Dead shirt, and you can get it in black. We got silver. We got white. Whatever.
I like white and red together.
Yeah, white and red's pretty cool.
I have a couple death metal shirts like that.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that is the shirt. All right. So, I guess shit. How you been, buddy? What's new?
I've been good. We went to my son's it's not like the first day, but like an orientation kind of thing yesterday for pre-K.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's his first day. Yeah. He's gonna take the bus there and back.
Oh, so you got to put him on the bus and
I gotta take him off. Yeah.
Are you gonna cry when you wave at the bus?
I think he's gonna cry more than me. I don't know because I'm like used to it already because of like when we used to take him to daycare.
Oh yeah.
It's only been like 6 months where I was doing this stay-at-home dad thing.
Right. Okay, yeah. So you guys were used to putting him like in a class anyway already, but he getting onto a bus, that's like a new deal. Okay.
Yeah, that's the part I'm like most like nervous about for him.
You know what though? If he had such a great time with it, because I remember you said he really had fun going fast in the bus or whatever.
But like also, it's like me and Katie aren't there though. That's
right. That's
we were
true.
there with him.
Did he make any friends like when you guys did the orientation?
Not really. There was another kid with the same name.
Oh, okay.
His class, yeah.
Well,
and he like lives right next to us too, which is funny.
Gotcha. I'm sure he'll do fine. I bet he'll be better than you. I'm sure he will be.
Probably.
Right.
So I wanted to give a shout out to somebody. Forget.
Okay.
At Sultan of Sleaze, Aaron. He sold me this awesome Traces of Death collection.
Oh my god!
It's on Blu-ray. Yeah, it's all 5 of them. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to. I told him I would shout him out in the on Twitter. So
yeah, for sure. Big shout out. Awesome that you found that. I cannot. We will not cover that on the show.
Yeah, no. We're not doing shockumentaries on the show.
We did Faces.
Yeah, but that's not really real, though.
No, but Traces is fucking real.
This is all real, yes. It's all real.
Yeah. No.
Okay,
I'm
so
good.
I'm trying to think. So we did that, the orientation, and then we took Sam to the park a couple times, and then
nice.
Just hung out pretty much over the weekend.
Okay, cool. That's good, man. Good stuff. Yeah,
what
have you watched?
Movies and wrestling. Oh, what I watched? Okay, so first one is from 1971's Two Males for Alexa. It's Giallo from Italy. It's by Juan Lugar, I think the name is pronounced. And when a young woman enters an extramarital affair, her older husband, the father of her university friend, exacts revenge by committing suicide and trapping them and her lover in his mansion with no escape.
Wow, okay.
The twist at the end is pretty wild, too.
Awesome.
Yeah. Next one, I watched Martin from 1977 because I got the from Second Sight their 4K Blu-ray set.
Okay.
So sick.
That looks beautiful. All right.
Yeah, and then okay, back to the other stuff because I watched a bunch of shit.
Okay.
In the Folds of Flesh from 1970. It's another Gialli. The guests of a villa are killed off one by one by their hosts. Incest, decapitations, and cyanide baths feature amongst the other bizarre delights. That's what it says on IMDb, and that's what happened in the movie. Next one. This is one of my favorites of all time. It might be one of the best Gialli, or Giallo. The Perfume of the Lady in Black. It's from 1974. It's from Francesco Barilli. And pretty much, it feels like Roman Polanski's Repulsion, or like something by Hitchcock. Okay. Sylvia, a industrial scientist, is troubled by strange hallucinations related to tragic suicide of her mother.
Okay. Okay.
And it's a different. It's like a different kind of jelly. It's not like the black gloves and like straight razor kind of thing. It's more
Yeah.
of, I think they call it F Gialli or Giallo. That's more of like where the character's like losing their mind and it's like kind of different.
Mm. More psychological, almost.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then next one, I watched this one right after because of the same actress as in it, Mimsy Farmer.
Yeah.
This is Autopsy. It's a Gialli from 1975, directed by Armando Crispino. A young pathology doctor interning in a morgue tries to cope with waves of suicides. A woman must, a woman just met kills herself, but she suspects someone close to her might have killed her.
Okay.
And that's what I watched.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is awesome. So, what did I fucking do this week? A lot. So actually, you know what I did? Like mental health me time. I went out and so I have a garden in the back, right? So I grow peppers. I got habanero peppers. I got serrano peppers, like cayenne. I got like Hungarian wax peppers. I got a lot of shit. But I decided I was gonna like dig out another part of the yard where I'm gonna plant some like winter or like fall vegetable kind of things. So I did that. I probably spent like a whole day just like digging up dirt and like, whatever, planting stuff. So that was really fun. We hung out with Ari. It was kind of a rainy day the other day on the weekend, so we kind of like watched. Actually, you know what? Carla started watching Paddington 2 with Aria, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, no, I gotta go. So I didn't do that. But I gotta ask her if she like scarred herself for life. I don't really know. I don't know. I have to follow up on that. But yeah, so that's kind of what we did. Just hung out, had fun. It's like the first weekend in a while we haven't had people around at the house, so
That's
kind of
nice.
enjoyed some me time, which actually meant that I had more time to watch like a couple movies at least. Now I will say Westerns are long as shit usually.
Hmm.
So I don't have a ton of them, but I have a couple. So the movies I watched this week, I think I just said at the beginning of the podcast, I'm a big Lee Van Cleef fan. He's probably my favorite character in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I was like, I'm going to follow him through a couple more movies. So the first one that I watched was actually Day of Anger
I
from
love that movie.
1969. Holy shit, that's a good movie.
That's a really good one. I have the Arrow Blu-ray for that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the real quick synopsis: a scruffy garbage boy becomes the pupil of a famed gunfighter, and the stage for confrontation is set when the gunman overruns the boy's town through violence and corruption. That's a really, really solid. And actually, I watched both of these on Tubi, and Tubi does have the Arrow copy of A Day of Anger right now. So go
They have
check it
like
out. Watch
everything
it.
on that thing.
They really fucking do. You know what I like about it? They show you the cover of the production company that they host. So if it's an Arrow copy, they show you Arrow's logo
And it has the
on.
little like lines on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That one over
right,
here? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, like
So
this.
right, exactly. Yeah. So I like that about Tubi. So that was a really fun one. I really like Lee Van Cleef. I really do. He's a cool dude. So watch that. And then I also watched again another Lee Van Cleef for my second movie, Bad Man's River. Now, Bad Man's River is kind of almost like a comedy as well as like a Western action. An outlaw and two conmen attempt to relieve the Mexican government of $1 million. Once the scam is completed, they have to avoid the attentions of, amongst others, the Mexican army and Billy the Kid, all of whom are eager to claim the cash for themselves. It's directed by Eugenio Martin. It came out in 1974. But this one's really funny. So, like, Lee Van Cleef is a bandit, right? Who's in the very beginning, he scores from robbing a bank, and he gets on this like really nice train car, and this woman shows up and has him like immediately commit. They get married in the train because he's like so susceptible to like a woman's touch.
I've never seen
right?
this one before.
Dude, it's really funny. So they get married in the train, and immediately she has him committed for psychosis, and she steals all his money and takes off. So
That's
it's
funny.
really funny. Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. And it might be the only Western I've ever seen that I can remember where one of the characters rides a bicycle into town in between like a bunch of horses and stuff. So that was kind of funny too. I know. Yeah, it's really funny. It's a good one. Check it out. Check it out. Bad Man's
That's
River,
funny.
1971. Sorry, Western comedy. So, yeah. So that's what I watched. And then Day of Anger. I don't think I said it, but it's by Tonino Valeri. I probably shouldn't even tried to say it. So anyway. All right, cool. Well, that's what we watched. Shit, man. All right, so I guess we should probably check in last week's films, right? So we're open. I guess we can clock in now. They've just been sitting here like staring at us the whole time. Like, what's new even? You guys don't even wait for me to put the open sign up. You just come in. But that's okay.
Stop
we love
pouring the slime on the discs. You
it.
don't even have
Dude,
discs. Where are you getting them?
I don't know where they're getting all these discs. It's like they take home VHSs and they magically turn them into DVDs and Blu-rays and bring them back, which is really good for our bottom line. So I don't know. The only problem is when Mikey checks them in, when you guys have put that slime on there, he just starts losing body parts. He goes into like an alternate dimension. So just, what the fuck was that, bro? Holy shit. Did you just drop something on your computer?
No. I had my hand out thinking like it was like coming off.
Right. Yes. I love that you're on video. That's so awesome. Okay. Well, let's check these motherfuckers shit in from last week. So last week we sent you home with some classics. We sent you home with Santa Sangre from 1989 by Alejandro Jodorowsky. I think I said that right.
You said it right. Yay!
All right. Fuck yeah. Fascism on a Thread from 2019 from Naomi Holwell. Ace High, 1968, Giuseppe Calisi. Mr. Vampire. Yeah. Mr. Vampire, 1985 by Ricky Lau. We had for the kids, Surf Ninjas from 1993 by Neil Israel. Thanks, Troy, for that recommendation. It's Rob Schneider's best work, I think. It's way up there. And then lastly, we sent you home with this week's review, which is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly from 1966 by Sergio Leone. How does everything look, Mikey?
They're not here.
What?
Only the like slipcases of the VHSs are here.
What? We're gonna have to.
There's no tapes.
What? Like, are you serious?
All the tapes are gone in the store too.
All right, listen up, you motherfuckers. This is gonna be a problem. Every week we send you home
I'm being attacked!
with beautiful VHSs. And this week, you decide not to return them? This store's only big enough for the two of us. All right, what do you have to say for yourself? Oh, you're putting them on the counter. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, Mikey, how do those
Someone
look?
hit me with a chair. They just hit me. The camera just went off and I got hit in the head with a chair.
Oh, that's all right. I shot at him. Don't worry. Don't worry.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Yeah, so how do those look? Everything look okay now? They put them up on the counter.
I have these Blu-rays here, but like...
Oh, they returned them as Blu-rays? Oh.
Yeah, they upgraded our stuff.
Okay, all right, that's cool. Well, anything weird about the Blu-rays? Everything good there? We're all good?
No, nothing's wrong. Wait, there's this slime again.
God, son of a bitch. Oh no, not the slime. Last week I did the fire extinguisher. Maybe I should get let me get my machete. All right. Did that work? Oh, let me hit you a couple more times. All right. Are you back? Hello? Did I kill you? Oh my God. What the fuck are you doing? The camera is too much power. It's too much power for Mikey. Listen. I really should not have a soundboard. Holy fuck, bro. I really should not. Anyway.
I love the soundboard, though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's something. All right. Well, if everything looks okay, and I hit you a bunch with a machete, are you bleeding? Are you okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good. We'll get Mikey bandaged up. But this week, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna deep dive into the greatest Western, arguably, of all time, by Sergio Leone, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So I want you guys to press play this week. Obviously, we're not jumping into an alternate dimension. So step on up, step up real close, and we're going to press play right now, you little sons of bitches.
The good. The bad. The ugly.
All right. Is that Scab? Scabby? Hey, baby Scabby. How you doing, baby? Oh, I saw Jimmy posted a really cute picture of you on Twitter today. I know. You're looking good, though, bud. You're looking good. You been going to the gym?
He just left.
Oh, shit. He doesn't. All right. Bye.
He told me to tell you. His dad said you're like free of it, but he said fuck you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, Scabby Man is mean.
Yeah, but Scab and I are cool, so I don't take that
This is his
personally.
son,
He tells
though.
everybody.
Little Scabby Man.
Oh, it's Scab. Oh, it's little Scabby Mane?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, that's all right, Scabby Mane. Little Scabby Mane. We'll get up later. We'll get up later. All right, fucking shit. Let's get to the fucking show. How about that? All right, deep diving in. First, we're going to start with the back of the box. So let's go. Back of the box. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is a 1966 is a 1966 Italian epic spaghetti western film directed by Sergio Leone and starring Clint Eastwood as the good, Lee Van Cleef as the bad, and Eli Wallach, I hope I'm saying that correctly, as the ugly. Wallach? 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 Wallach?
Wallach.
Wallach.
You
All
said
right.
You said it right the first time.
Wonderful. And he's ugly as shit. No, he's really not. That's kind of rude, you know.
He's in a lot of them.
He is, yeah. All three of these guys have been in just a ton of them. So, its screenplay was written by Age and Scarpelli. Age and Scarpelli. Okay. That would have been a pair of Italian screenwriters. Together, they wrote the script for about 100 movies, mainly satirical comedies. Also, Luciano Vincenzoni, I hope I said that right. It's a Mia fucking Mario. And Leone. With additional screenplay material. What?
Leone.
It's a me, Sergio Leone. I came out of that pipe over there and I'm smoking a mushroom.
What?
And it, what? With additional
Smoking
screenplay.
a mushroom? I was just going to come back on.
I'm smoking a mushroom, motherfucker. It's based on a story. God damn it. Okay. All right. Let's calm down.
Okay.
Calm down.
Sorry.
All
Too much fun.
No, I know. It's good. But I'm going to die of laughter. And little Scabby Man's going to slit my throat. I got to be on guard. When little Scabby Man shows up, you know what we do? Keep an eye on that motherfucker. Oh, good God! Hey, what's up? No, man, no. I love you. I love your dad. We get along. Me and him.
I'm a gut, you bitch.
Oh, fucking shit! Get out of here! Get out!
Got you like a fish.
I'm gonna... All right. Goodbye, little scabby mane. I don't want any shit with your dad though, so
Why
don't
did you
tell
just
him
like
I hit.
do an abortion of a ghost?
I don't fucking know.
Ghost abortion.
We're never gonna get through this. Ghost Abortion. That's the new band that Mike is in. He leads it. His stage name is Dr. Henry Penenstein Jr. of Ghost Abortion. Okay. So the director of photography, Tonino Delicoli, what the fuck kind of name, was responsible.
Totino's Pizza Roll.
Totino's Pizza Roll, E. coli Deli, was responsible for the film's sweeping widescreen cinematography, and all due respect, Ennio Morricone he composed
One of the best
film's
composers of
score.
all time.
Correct.
And I looked at the notes for it too. It was also Bruno Nicolai helped him with it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get into him a little bit.
He's another one name of like who did like a lot of Gialli soundtracks.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I mean he is. We'll get into his. We're gonna get into Marconi a little bit.
I was talking about Nicolai, but yeah, they both have done it.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll get into him a little bit, and maybe we'll come across his name too. So that includes. No, you're fine. That includes the main theme, which I've been playing over and over and over and over because it's just
Ecstasy of Gold.
Bro, it's fucking fire. That's why I keep playing it, okay? All right, so anyway, let's
Ecstasy
continue.
of Gold is the best one.
Okay. I don't have that one. So let's continue.
It's probably copyrighted.
Probably. I mean, all of these probably are. I'm probably going to get sued just for putting that in the show 8 times. But, okay. The film is known for Leone's use of long shots and close-up cinematography, as well as his distinctive use of violence, tension, and highly stylized gunfights. The gunfights, not gunflights. The plot revolves around 3 gunslingers competing to find a fortune in a buried cache of Confederate gold. Amid the violent chaos of the Civil War, and specifically the Battle of Glorieta Pass and of the New Mexico Campaign in 1862, while participating in many battles, confrontations, and duels along the way. The film was the 3rd collaboration between Leone and Clint Eastwood, and the 2nd with Lee Van Cleef. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was marketed as the 3rd and final installment in the Dollars trilogy, following...
Oh, so good.
I know, A Fistful of Dollars and A Few Dollars More. So the film was a financial success, grossing over $38 million at the worldwide box office, and is credited with having catapulted Clint Eastwood into stardom. Due to general disapproval of the spaghetti western genre at the time, critical reception of the film following its release was mixed. We'll get into that later.
This is why I hate critics.
I know, we really filled up the penis box this week, but it gained critical acclaim in later years, becoming known as the definitive spaghetti western.
I think it's a definitive western, though, not just like Italy.
I think you're right, too. It really...
I think I mean, we said it last week when we were announcing it. I think it's the best western of all time.
I think it is, too. I agree.
I think when Sergio made westerns, it influenced a bunch of other things, like Japanese samurai movies, too.
Yeah, I think that there are probably a bunch of old men who would fight you on that. You know what I mean? Like a 75, 80-year-old guy who would probably fight you over I don't know.
I get a lot of that on Twitter anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, but anyway, okay. So let's talk a little bit about each of the individuals that make up the important parts of this movie. Okay, so first, we're going to talk a little, only a little bit, fuck you, I'm not compromising, about Sergio Leone, because I want to do an episode on him eventually. So I was just going to say,
he's getting an episode, so.
He's going to get an episode, so we're not diving deep into Sergio. Okay, but we'll talk a little bit about him. So he was born on January 3rd of 1929, and he lived until April the 30th of 1989. He was an Italian film director, producer, screenwriter, and credited as the pioneer of the spaghetti western genre. He's regarded as one of the most influential directors in the history of cinema, which is very true. Leone's filmmaking style includes juxtaposing extreme close-up shots with very lengthy long shots, as you all saw in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, over and over and over. His films include the Dollars trilogy, Howdy, which was, Clint Eastwood's start. Fistful of Dollars in 1964, Few Dollars More in 1965, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly in 1966. Also, Once Upon a Time films, the Once Upon a Time in the West in 68, Duck, You Sucker in 71, and Once Upon a Time in America.
That is my favorite movie of all time.
In 1984.
Yeah. It's tied with Thief, but yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Once Upon a Time in America. It's literally 4 hours long, gangster movie.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
De Niro and James Woods.
Such a good movie. Such a good movie. I don't have nearly as big of a collection as you do, but Once Upon a Time in America is 100% in the collection for me as well. I did want to say that there's kind of a tie-in between Leone and Lee Van Cleef, as they both died young of heart problems. So Leone died in 1989 in Rome. He had a heart attack at the age of 60. So also Lee Van Cleef had heart issues, and I assume it probably has a lot to do with how much they smoked cigarettes, and heart disease was a problem. So even when he was, even when he passed away because of the heart attack, he had several projects in motion. One of those, Place Only Mary Knows. One was Leningrad, The 900 Days. He was working on a Don Quixote film, which would have starred Clint Eastwood.
That's interesting.
Also, a movie called Colt. So this one is actually interesting enough that I wanted to read about it. So in 1987, Sergio Leone contacted his old collaborators, Sergio Donati and Fulvio Morcella, pitching an idea for a TV miniseries about a Colt revolver that passed from owner to owner throughout the Old West. It would have been similar to Anthony Mann's Winchester 73 from 1950. Donati indicated that Leone was interested in a more revisionist take on the genre than his earlier works, wanting to show the Old West like it really was. Leone abandoned the project in favor of A Place Only Mary Knows, though Donati wrote a treatment and the project remained in gestation.
Gestation.
It remained on the drawing board for years after Leone's death. An adaptation based on Leone's subject is currently in production. So it looks like that story, and this was cited in 2019 at the LeoneFilmGroup.com. So I don't know what it is, but based on this story, there's something in production that might come out sooner than later. So we'll see about that.
I have a fun note.
Yeah, what you got on Sergio?
Dario Argento helped write Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha. Nice.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's one of his first writing credits, I think.
That's really cool. Okay. How about that?
Can you imagine if Sergio Leone made a Giallo?
Dude, that'd be wild. Moving on, that way we're not here for 8 hours because, these movies are long as shit. We're going to talk about...
I'm trying not to derail this.
No, you're good. We're going to talk about Clint Eastwood, okay? So Clint Eastwood, he's still alive, born May 31st of 1930, is an actor, American actor and film director who achieved success with the Western TV series Rawhide. That was his first Western and his introduction.
He also likes yelling at chairs.
He does. He rose to international fame as his role, or with his role as the man with no name in the Dollars trilogy. Okay. And then obviously he went on to do Dirty Harry and a bunch of other things.
Love those movies too.
He is a cultural icon of masculinity. That is his thing.
All
right?
the worst parts.
Right. Exactly. Now he has tons of notes, and he could have a show all to himself as well. And I was trying to see, was there something that was noteworthy that I wanted to talk about? Oh, yeah, actually. So Clint Eastwood, I didn't know about this until I was doing just a little bit more digging. He's rumored to have over 8 children with, a ton of different women. So the man gets around. He's a stud, or he was a stud. So there's that. And he actually, his first kid he had with someone in high school, but that kid got adopted out. So he has been quoted as saying he's very closed off to discussing his family with the media, saying that they're all vulnerable people. Quote, I can protect myself, but they can't. So it's kind of unclear just how many children he has. But he has a lot of fucking kids, and he had kids with quite a lot of people. So anyway, there you go.
Isn't one of his sons an actor?
Maybe. I don't know. There are so many kid notes here. I didn't get through all of them.
Okay.
All right. So next, Lee Van Cleef. Okay. So Lee Van Cleef was born in January of 1925. He died in December of 1989. He had a career that spanned 40 years and is probably best known for all of his Westerns, particularly A Few Dollars More,
Ooh.
Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, da-da-da-da-da, right?
Death Rides a Horse. Have you seen that one? It's really good.
I haven't seen a Death Rides a Horse. No, I have not.
I think Kino Lorber put it out on Blu-ray.
Okay. Yeah, so Lee Van Cleef, overall badass, and played a bad guy in a lot of films. He was born in Somerville, New Jersey, and he died at age 64 in Oxnard, California. Well, yeah, so the thing with his death, we're not going to go through his filmography. He's just got so many credits, but he
was in Sabata?
A lot. He has an unbelievable amount of credits. It's hard for me to look through all of them. So his death, just again, like I said, it's kind of like Sergio Leone, 60 years old. Lee Van Cleef was 64. They both had heart issues. So Lee Van Cleef had heart disease, which he found out in the late
from smoking. I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he found out in the late 1970s, and he had a pacemaker installed in the early 80s. But in the early 80s, but he did unfortunately still have heart failure at age 64, and he collapsed at his home, and they did list throat cancer as the secondary cause of death. So last thing here for Lee Van Cleef, his grave is in the Hollywood Hills area, Forest Lawn Memorial Park Cemetery. But his grave marker refers to his many acting performances as a villain. It states best of the bad, which he was the bad in The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So that is very fitting. So that was Lee Van Cleef. And then lastly, the third of our group, who was the ugly, Eli Wallach, right? Wallach?
Yep.
Wallach? Okay.
Wallach. Oh my God.
Bro, he lived the longest I guess outside of Clint Eastwood. But
Clint's alive. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's still going. So anyway, but he lived to 98. He's dead to me. No, Eli lived to 98 years old. So he was born in 1915, and he died in 2014 in June. His career spanned forever. He was in so many fucking movies. It's wild. He was active from 1945 to 2010. So just like 3 years before he passed away, he was still active.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So really, really cool guy. Tons of Westerns. And his death, natural fucking causes. So there's that.
It was a COVID
all right.
vaccine. You're going to have to delete that. I'm sorry.
God damn it, Mike.
He died suddenly. Hashtag.
He died suddenly of a ventilator, crushing him to death.
By one of the bats that had COVID.
It fell out of a New York City high-rise, just a ventilator, and it crushed him on the sidewalk. So he is one of the only people that's died because of a ventilator. Holy shit. All right.
We're going to get taken off of YouTube with this.
Right? For real. Okay.
This is why we need an editor, guys.
Right. Last person of note that we're going to talk about individually is Ennio Morricone. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
All right. Ennio Morricone. Mad
one of the best
respect.
composers of all time.
Literally one of the best of all time. So he was born in 1928. He lived to 2020. He's an Italian composer, orchestrator, conductor, trumpeter, and pianist who wrote music in a wide range of styles. He had more than 400 scores for cinema, television, as well as more than 100 classical works. He's widely considered one of the most prolific and greatest film composers of all time.
What are some of your favorites from him?
I'm going to probably say, because it's from my era, some of the Quentin Tarantino scores that he did.
Oh, yeah. Hateful Eight. I'm so happy he won the Oscar for that one.
Yeah. So
he did The Thing also for horror fans.
He did win 2 Academy Awards, 3 Grammys, 3 Golden Globes, 6 BAFTAs, 10 David DiTonatello, I don't even know what that is, 11 Nostro d'Argento, 2 European Film Awards, the Golden Lion Honorary Award, and the Polar Music Prize. Christmas music, I guess? I don't know. Yeah, but, okay, so he sold over 70 million records worldwide during his career that spanned over 7 decades, including 6.5 million albums and singles in France, over 3 million in the United States, and more than 2 million albums sold in South Korea. In 1971, that's interesting. In 1971, the composer received his first golden record for the sale of 1 million records in Italy, and for the worldwide sales of 22 million. Wild. Yeah, he's worked with so many directors and on so many different movies. There's no way. I feel like if we were going to do a musician, this would be the musician to do, right?
Yeah. He's done some of my favorite Westerns, some of my favorite Gialli.
Yeah.
Like he did a lot of Argento before Argento started working with Goblin. He did Mario Bava. Even Solo, like I talked about last week, he did the score for Solo.
Yeah, and like I said, for me, right, so Quentin Tarantino, he worked with on several movies, Kill Bill, Death Proof, God, I love Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained, and The Hateful Eight. So those are going to be the movies that I, know in my head. But yeah, just
you got to see Once Upon a Time in America if you haven't.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
For sure. Everybody check that out. Wow.
Do you remember when I used to listen to composers while I was like doing dishes?
Yeah, and it would throw everybody off. Like what?
Yeah, they'd be like really confused. Like this is not metal. What the hell?
Holy shit. Anyway, I'm getting caught up in all of his influence notes. Like Metallica used his Ecstasy of Gold.
They covered it.
Radiohead.
I can't stand them.
Oh shit, Gnarls Barkley. Oh god, isn't he a rapist?
CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put like stuff in women's drinks.
Oh yeah, for sure. Muse,
the king of the roofies.
Yeah, I thought that was good
Cosby.
old. It's me, Bill Cosby. I'm coming down the stairs with my roofies.
And I thought your Italian accent was bad.
Holy shit!
Do a whole episode of just Dylan talking like Mario and Bill Cosby having a conversation.
Holy
conversation.
Shit. It's me, Mario. Mario, do you need some fucking, a little bit of roofies for that Princess Peach? That peach that peach is looking pretty good. Holy shit. Well, we're not talking about the plot this week, guys. Fuck you guys. We sent you home with the movie. You should have watched it. We have way too many notes to get through to go through the plot, and that just might end up being how the show goes. Where we're not. What the fuck was that? That was good. Okay, so let's jump in. God damn, bro. Holy shit.
Sorry, I'm having a fight back here. There's 3 scabby mains.
Holy fuck. Well, hold them back. I'm talking. All right. So
they're about 3 feet tall each, and they have like knives.
Oh, man. Scabby Man's having multiple babies. He's like Clint Eastwood. Okay. So continuing. The trio. We're going to talk about the trio here. Just some cast notes. So Clint Eastwood as Blondie, or the man with no name. He was the good. He was confident. He was the bounty hunter who was trying to find buried gold and teams up
really
with
good
Tuco.
at shooting hats off of people's heads.
He is a good hat shooter. Right. He didn't want to kill anybody. He just wanted to damage their really only possessions.
Because at that time, those hats must have cost a lot of money.
Right. It's like you have one
like back
hat,
in like Civil War. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a real dick. You know? Anyway, so he teams up with Tuco and he teams up with Angel Eyes temporarily. Blondie and Tuco have an ambivalent partnership, and they had been working prior to this whole job together. Tuco knows the name of the cemetery where the gold is hidden, and Blondie knows the name of the grave where it's buried, so they have to work together to find the treasure. Despite this greedy quest, Blondie's pity for the dying soldiers and the chaotic carnage of the war is evident. He says, quote, "I've never seen so many men wasted so badly." He also comforts a dying soldier by laying his coat over him and letting him smoke his cigar. So Rawhide had ended its run as a series in 1966, and at that point, neither A Fistful of Dollars nor a few dollars more had been released in the United States. So when Leone offered Clint Eastwood a role in this next movie, it was the only big film offer he had at the time. But Eastwood still needed to be convinced to do it because he was just so cool, right? So Leone and his wife traveled to California to persuade Eastwood to be in the film. 2 days later, he agreed after he had made the offer, being $250,000 and getting 10% of the profits from the North American markets, as well as a Ferrari. Fucking Clint Eastwood, y'all. So, I mean, $250,000 in 1967. What is that today? Millions, right? So, whatever.
$4 back then.
Right.
Inflation, right?
Right. It's pretty much like $3. You know what I mean?
I did have one note before we moved on from this.
Yeah.
So you know the scene where Tuco's arguing with his brother? He's played the priest. He's Luigi Pistilli. Pistilli. I can't pronounce it. God damn it. He's been in a bunch of gialli and Policio Tecchi movies and all the good exploitation from Italy.
I actually really like that scene. I think that was a really good character arc for Tuco. Also, Tuco, the name of the drug dealer who Walter White blows up.
Breaking Bad, yeah.
In Breaking Bad. Yeah, pretty wild. Anyway,
I like that show.
That was a good show. It really was. It was kind of like a Western.
I think that was like one of the things we started talking about first.
Right? Yeah, for sure. Anyway, so after that deal was made with Clint Eastwood, Leone was actually not very happy about it because of the 10% profits from North American markets.
Oh, not the
right?
Ferrari?
But, I mean, yeah, he could probably get a Ferrari for like $3.
I wonder what color Ferrari or what kind it was.
It was probably red, and it was probably one that says, "I have a little pee-pee, but I'll get you impregnated." Okay, so the original Italian script for the film had Clint Eastwood's character named Joe, which is his nickname in A Fistful of Dollars, but he's referred to as Blondie in the Italian and the English dialogue. Not really, right? It's more blonde than Tuco. Yeah. So Eli Wallach as Tuco Benedicto Pacifico Juan Maria Ramirez. How fucking extra can you be with a character name? He's also known as the Rat, according to Blondie.
Mm-hmm.
This is quote
Pacifico,
to this article.
That's funny to me.
Right. The ugly, fast-talking, comically oafish, yet also cunning, cagey, resilient, and resourceful Mexican bandit who is wanted by the authorities for a long list of crimes. Holy shit. The director originally considered Gian Maria Vallanti, who portrays the villains in both of the preceding films, for the role of Tuco, but felt that the role required someone with natural comic talent. In the end, Leone chose Eli Wallach based on his role in How the West Was Won from 1962. In particular, it was his performance in the railroad scene in that movie. In Los Angeles, Leone met Wallach, who was skeptical about playing this type of character again, but after Leone screened the opening credit sequence from A Few Dollars More, Wallach said, "When do you want me?" The two men got along famously, sharing the same bizarre sense of humor. Leone allowed Wallach to make changes to his character in terms of his outfit and reoccurring gestures, Both Eastwood and Van Cleef realized that the character of Tuco was close to Leone's heart, and the director and Wallach became good friends. They communicated in French, which Wallach spoke badly and Leone spoke well. Van Cleef observed, Tuco is the only one of the trio that the audience gets to know all about. We meet his brother and we find out where he came from and why he became a bandit, but Clint and Lee's characters remain mysteries. In the theatrical trailer, Angel Eyes is referred to as the ugly and Tuco as the bad. Okay. How about that? This is due to a translation error. The original Italian title translates to the good one, the ugly one, and the bad one. Interesting. Okay. And then lastly, Lee Van Cleef as Angel Eyes. So he's the bad. He's a ruthless, confident, borderline sadistic mercenary who takes pleasure in killing and always finishes a job for which he is paid, usually tracking and assassination. In the beginning, when he kills the guy in his home, and then he goes back to the guy that paid him and said, yeah, but he paid me too. And then he kills that guy too. I was like, holy fuck. That's like the ultimate double cross. Like, that's wild. Anyway, originally, Leone wanted Enrico Maria Salerno, who had dubbed Clint Eastwood's voice for the Italian versions of the Dollar Trilogy films, or Charles Bronson to play Angel Eyes.
Ooh.
But he
was in Once Upon a Time in the West also.
Yeah, right. So that would have been pretty cool. But but the latter was already committed. So Bronson was already committed to playing the Dirty Dozen in 1967. Leone thought about working with Lee Van Cleef again and said, quote, I said to myself that Van Cleef has played a romantic character for a few dollars more. The idea of getting him to play a character who was the opposite of that began to appeal to me. So in the original working script, Angel Eyes was named Banjo, but is referred to as sentenza, meaning sentence or judgment in the Italian version. Eastwood came up with the name of Angel Eyes on the set because of Van Cleef's gaunt appearance and expert marksmanship. So that was an on-set change. So that's kind of cool. All right. Neat. There's a bunch of supporting cast in this film that we're not going to go through because it's just like too many. But a one-armed bounty hunter was Al Mullick. Huh. Was that the guy? Wait. Which movie am I fucking thinking of? Oh, no, never mind. I was thinking of the other one that I watched, the Day of Anger. When he does like essentially a joust with the guns.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Oh, so there's like a bounty hunter who comes into town, and they both get.
I knew that. I just forgot the rest of it.
Oh yeah. Well, they both get on their horses and ride as fast as they can towards each other while loading a gun and then shooting. It's fucking.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right? It was like a Western joust. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to talk about some pre-production notes. So after the success of A Few Dollars More, executives at United Artists approached the film screenwriter, Luciano Vincenzoni, to sign a contract for the rights of the film and the next one. Producer Alberto Grimaldi, Sergio Leone, and he had no plans, but with their blessing, Vincenzoni pitched an idea about a film about three rogues who are looking for some treasure at the time of the American Civil War. The studio agreed, but wanted to know the cost for this next film. At the same time, Grimaldi was trying to broker his own deal, but Vincenzoni's idea was more lucrative. The two men struck an agreement with UA for a $1 million budget, with the studio advancing $500,000 up front and 50% of the box office takings outside of Italy. The total budget was eventually $1.2 million. Okay, so Leone built upon the screenwriter's original concept to show the absurdity of war, the Civil War, which the characters encounter. So a quote, in my frame of reference, it is useless, stupid, it does not involve a good cause. That was a quote from Leone. An avid history buff, Leone said, I had read somewhere that 120,000 people died in southern camps such as Andersonville. I was not ignorant to the fact that there were camps in the North. You always get to hear about the shameful behavior of the losers, never the winners. The Batterville camp where Blondie and Tuco are imprisoned was based on steel engravings of Andersonville. Many shots of the film were influenced by archival photographs taken by Matthew Brady and Alexander Gardner. As the film took place during the Civil War, it served as a prequel for the other two films in the trilogy, which took place after the war. Okay, I didn't actually know that. Okay.
Neither did I.
Yeah. All right. So some filming notes. Production began at the Cinetecita studio. Holy shit, bro.
Bibbidi-boppy.
It's me, Cinetecita Studios, where we film in Italy and Rome. It began in mid-May of 1966, including the opening scene between Eastwood and
Is
Wallach.
that a new South Park character?
Okay, let's continue this. Okay, so the opening scene was filmed in that bullshit place in Italy and Rome. Fucking shithole. That's what it was, a shithole. That's when Wallach. God damn it! When Blondie captures Tuco for the first time and sends him to jail. The production then moved on to Spain's Plateau region near Burgos in the north, which doubled for the southwestern United States, and again shot in the western scenes in Almeria in the south of Spain. This time, the production required more elaborate sets, including a town under cannon fire, an extensive prison camp, and an American Civil War battlefield. And for the climax, several hundred Spanish soldiers were employed to build a cemetery with several thousand gravestones and wooden crosses to resemble an ancient Roman
I love that scene.
circus. Wild. Yes, that's wild.
When Tuco runs around it at the end, I love that.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah. The scene where the bridge was blown up had to be filmed twice. Now, I actually read this. I watched this film on Amazon Prime because I don't have the copy. And you know what? Buy the fucking movies. All right. We followed this week. Somebody followed us on our TikTok, and they are kind of like a film buff like you, right? They have a lot of physical copies of movies, and they were talking about how when licensees get sold, if you own a digital copy on Amazon, you lose your copy.
You're fucked.
Right? It's just gone. So don't pay for it. Buy the
Because
physical
you don't,
copy.
When you buy the physical copy, you have it forever.
Right. So, I rented this. So
I will
didn't buy
die
it.
with these things.
Yeah.
Like,
Right,
I will
exactly.
die with that Dawn of the Dead box set right there.
Right. Yes, exactly. So anyway, yeah, I read this note. Amazon does something cool, which is they put like trivia notes in the movie if you hover over them when you want to read, right? You
It's
can.
called X-Ray, I think.
Yeah. So it's kind of cool.
It also
It's
tells
kinda
you like
neat.
the actors, like what their other movies that you can watch on there too.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. What Amazon said, we'll read this and then I'll tell you what Amazon said. Right. So, the scene where the bridge was blown up had to be filmed twice because all three cameras were destroyed in the first take by the explosion. So, that
sucks.
But what Amazon said on that note was that there was a specific word that was supposed to be said in Spanish that alerted the Army Corps to blow the bridge up. Okay, and there was a walkie-talkie, and there was a production assistant who was on the grounds, and he said in Italian a word that sounded just like the word that was meant to blow up the bridge. So the cameras were not rolling. They were not ready. So the Army guy heard that. He blew up the bridge while Leone had no cameras running, like nothing going, and he lost his fucking mind about it. So apparently the production assistant got in his car and took off because Leone was going to kill him. So he threw a huge fit. He was really upset about it, but the Army agreed to rebuild the bridge and blow it up again as long as Leone brought back that production assistant who I guess he was going to murder. So anyway, that was a pretty neat note. We'll move on. But so top Italian cinematographer Tonino Deli Colli, E. coli Deli, was brought in to shoot the film and was prompted by Leone to pay more attention to light than in the previous two films. Ennio Morricone composed the score once again, as we talked about earlier. Whatever. Leone was instrumental in asking Morricone to compose a track for the final Mexican standoff scene in the cemetery, asking him to compose what felt like the corpses were laughing from the inside of their tombs. Okay, that's intense. And he asked Deli Coli, E. coli Deli, to create a hypnotic whirling effect interspersed with dramatic extreme close-ups to give the audience the impression of a visual ballet. And that's why you like that scene so much, I guess. The filming concluded in July of 1966. So some more cinematography notes. In filming the pivotal gunfights, Leone largely removes dialogue to focus more on the actions of the characters, which was important during the film's iconic Mexican standoff. This style can also be seen in one of the film's protagonists, Blondie, the man with no name, who is described by critics as more defined by his actions than his words, which is true. Dude, when he lights the cannon with his cigar, that's pretty badass. All three characters can be seen.
I thought that was a bit excessive.
It was when he blew.
Like the cannon when like Tuco's running?
No, Tuco's on a horse and he knocks him off the horse with a fucking cannonball. Like, what the fuck?
He's running, yeah.
Right. That was pretty funny, though. It's pretty funny. So all three characters.
And they're all just okay to do the standoff, too, which is the funniest part.
I know. That was a really wide shot. That was pretty cool, though. So all three characters can be seen as anti-heroes, killing for their own personal gain. Leone also employed trick shooting, such as Blondie shooting the hat off of a person's head multiple times, and severing a hangman's noose with a well-placed shot in many of the film's noted shootouts. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the score. So there's quite a bit of notes on this, but the score is composed by frequent Leone collaborator Ennio Morricone. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly broke previous conventions on how the two had previously collaborated. Instead of scoring the film in the post-production stage, they decided to work on the themes together before shooting had even started. So that was this was so that the music helped inspire the film instead of the film inspiring the music, which is pretty cool. And it could be said that Morricone made The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly as much as Leone made The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, because music is such a pivotal part of how the film flows, right? So Leone even played the music on set, and he coordinated the camera movements to match the music that Morricone had made. The unique vocals of Etta Del Orso can also be heard permeating throughout the composition, The Ecstasy of Gold. The distinct sound of guitarist Bruno Bazzizzi D'Amorio can be heard in the compositions. It's
you know what? Next episode's going to be another Italian one just to mess with you.
God damn it. Always.
I still have to come up with it. We have a couple minutes. I'm going to look at my list.
Right? Yeah, for sure. The Sundown and Padre Ramirez compositions include that distinct guitar sound. Trumpet players Michelle Lorenzenza and Francesco Catania can be heard on the trio. The only song to have a lyric is The Story of a Soldier, the words of which were written by Tommy Connor. Morricone's unmistakable original compositions containing gunfire, whistling, I am so overusing that soundboard, but whatever. So also, actually that whistling was by Alessandro Alessandrani. That is quite the Italian name. Alessandrani, everybody. Alessandrani. And yodeling permeate the film. The main theme, resembling the howling of a coyote, which blends in with an actual coyote howl, is a two-pitch melody that is a frequent motif and used for the three main characters. A different instrument was used for each: a flute for Blondie, an ocarina for Angel Eyes, and human voices for Tuco.
Time?
Huh? Ocarina of Time.
Was it the ocarina?
It was the Ocarina of Penis Time, penis.com. The score complements the film's American Civil War setting. containing the mournful ballad, The Story of a Soldier, which is sung by prisoners as Tuco is being tortured by Angel Eyes. That part's really sad, man. When they have to play music so that they can beat up Tuco and they know what's happening in there because they've all been through it. Holy shit, that was tough to watch. And then lastly, the film's climax, which was the three-way Mexican standoff, begins with the melody of The Ecstasy of Gold and is followed by the trio, which contains a musical allusion to Marconi's previous work on A Few Dollars More. Okay. And so the main theme, which was titled The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, was a hit in 1968 with the soundtrack album on the charts for more than a year, reaching number 4 on the Billboard Pop chart and number 10 on the Black Album chart. Wow. The main theme was also a hit for Hugo Montenegro, whose rendition was a number 2 Billboard Pop single in 1968. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some themes, and then we'll talk about the release and box office. So like many of his films, director Sergio Leone noted that the film is a satire of the Western genre. He has noted the film's theme of emphasis on violence and the deconstruction of Old West romanticism. The emphasis on violence is seen in how the three leads, Blondie, Angel Eyes, and Tuco, are introduced to various acts of violence. With Blondie, it is seen in his attempt to free Tuco, which results in a gun battle. The Angel Eyes setup is in a scene in which he learns about hidden treasure from Stevens, kills Stevens, when he draws on him, and then his employer, Baker, fulfilling his title as the bad. Tuco is set up in a scene in which 3 bounty hunters try to kill him. In the film's opening scene, 3 bounty hunters enter a building in which Tuco is hiding. After the sound of gunfire is heard, Tuco escapes through a window after he shot all 3, one of whom survives, and that fulfills his title as the Ugly. They are all after gold and will stop at nothing until they get it. The film deconstructs Old West romanticism by portraying the characters as anti-heroes. Even the character considered by the film as the good can still be considered as not living up to that title in a moral sense. Critic Drew Martin describes it as a Baroque manipulation that criticizes the American ideology of the Western by replacing the heroic cowboy popularized by John Wayne with a morally complex anti-hero. Or multiple anti-heroes. Are you a John Wayne film fan?
I mean, I like Rio Bravo and a couple of other of them. I'm not really big on him. I don't really like his westerns, but that's just me. I mostly like spaghetti westerns.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Like some older people would probably fight you because I think there are some older people who definitely are,
I mean, I do like some of them.
Would think John Wayne would be like the best cowboy, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Whoa, take her easy there, Pilgrim.
All right, so some release notes here. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly opened in Italy on December the 23rd of 1966, and in the United States, all 3 of Leone's Dollar Trilogy films were released during 1967. So A Fistful of Dollars was released on January the 18th. For A Few Dollars More was released on May the 10th. And The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly was released on December the 29th, all of that year. What a cool year to have been watching films in the theater, right? The original Italian domestic version was 177 minutes long, but the international version was shown at various lengths. Most prints, specifically those shown in the United States, had a runtime of 161 minutes, which was 16 minutes shorter than the Italian premiere version. But others, especially British prints, ran as short as 148 minutes. I guess the Brits had the least attention span. They had beans to eat, Beans in the walls. I don't know.
There's walls in my beans.
There's walls in your beans? Oh, my God. Are there like miniature Brits living in your cans of beans? And they've built houses?
There are.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
There's like 5
What kind of
them.
beans? Is it baked beans?
It's like burnt baked beans.
Burnt baked beans?
Oh my god, that's
Okay.
terrifying.
Gotcha.
Dylan just became one of the members of the guys from Deliverance.
It's baked beans. Yeah, I'm going to try baked beans.
Square like a piggy.
Squeal like a pig, boy. So the box office in Italy, the film grossed $6.3 million at the
I'm
time.
dead.
In the United States and Canada, it grossed $25.1 million. And it also grossed $7.5 million in other international territories for a total of $38.9 million worldwide, which in 1960 would have been like today's dollars of like 87 billion or something. I don't really know.
$3.
It was the highest grossing piece of media that's ever existed in the entire world. Critical reception. Oh boy, it's time. Are we ready? Are we ready for my favorite part? On the film review aggregator site, RottenPenises.com, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly holds an approval rating of 97% based on 75 reviews, with an average rating of 8.8 out of 10. The website's critical consensus reads, quote, arguably the greatest penis of the spaghetti western. This epic penis features a compelling story about penises, memorable penis performances, breathtaking penis landscapes, and a haunting penis score.
Hey, Dylan.
Metapenis, yeah. Upon release, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly received criticism for its depiction of violence. Oh, it's so violent, the kids can't watch it. Leone explains that the killings in my films are exaggerated because I wanted to make a tongue-in-cheek satire on run-of-the-mill westerns. The West was made by violent, uncomplicated men, and it's this strength and simplicity that I try to recapture in my pictures. To this day, Leone's effort to reinvigorate the time-worn Western is widely acknowledged. So, critical opinion of the film on its initial release was mixed, as many reviewers, I know, we're getting close, don't worry, at that time looked down on spaghetti westerns, as we talked about earlier. In a negative review, the New York Times, a critic, NewYorkPenis.com critic, Renata...
New York Penis Times.
NewYorkPenisTimes.com. The critic named Renata Penis Adler said that the film must be the most expensive, pious, and repellent movie in the history of its particular genre. That penis is in the box out back. Charles Champlin of the
How
Los
do you
Angeles...
say that about one of the best movies of all time?
I don't know. Charles Champlin...
I'm going to go violent.
Of the Los Angeles Penis Times wrote that the temptation is hereby proved irresistible to call The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, now playing citywide, the bad, the dull, and the bullshit, only because it is. Wow. Wow. Charles Champlin, we took your penis and we fed it to Hugh Janus. All right. Mikey's favorite critic, we will save here for last. Roger Ebert, who later included the film in his list of great movies, retrospectively noted that in his original view, he had described a 4-star movie, but only gave it 3 stars, perhaps because it was a spaghetti western, and so could not be art. What? A fucking... Right? Why you got to be a dick and then change your opinion later? You're not even a good critic, and you're dead. Okay. He's dead. All right, so home media, real quick notes. On January 28th, 1998, the film was released on DVD by MGM Home Video. It contained 14 minutes of scenes that were cut from the film's North American release, including a scene which explains how Angel Eyes came to be waiting for Blondie and Tuco at the Union prison camp. In 2002, the film was restored with the 14 minutes of scenes cut for the U.S. release reinserted into the film. Clint Eastwood and Eli Wallach were brought back in to dub their characters' lines more than 35 years after the film's original release. Voice actor Simon Prescott substituted for Lee Van Cleef, who had died in 1989. Other voice actors filled in for actors who had since died. In 2004, MGM released this version in a 2-disc special edition DVD. Okay. So the film was re-released on Blu-ray in 2014 using a new 4K remaster featuring improved picture quality and detail.
Sorry.
You good?
I cracked my neck and I thought I died a little bit.
Oh, Jesus. All right.
It felt good, though.
Yeah. That's good. Anyway, yeah, so, damn it. Where was I? Usually anyway helps me find my sentence. Featuring... All right, so the 4K remaster featured improved picture quality and detail, but a change of color timing, which resulted in the film having a more yellow hue than on... God damn it, previous releases. I heard that, Mikey. It was re-released on Blu-ray
I'm so
and
sorry.
DVD. That's okay.
It
By
smells like Chinese
Kino.
food dying.
It smells like bullcum and Chinese food. And a new 50th anniversary release that featured both theatrical and extended cuts, as well as new bonus features and an attempt to correct the yellow color timing from the earlier disc. And then in April of 2021, Kino released an Ultra HD Blu-ray version of the theatrical cut using the same scan from the 2014 remaster, but with extensive color correction. Okay, cool.
This is from
and that's
this
the
year.
one. That's the one you have from this year.
No, this is this year's from Kino.
Nice. Very cool, man. So in popular culture, just a few notes on that. The film's title has entered the English language as an idiomatic expression, typically used when describing something thoroughly. The respective phrases refer to upsides, downsides, and the parts that could or should have been done better, but were not: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Quentin Tarantino paid homage, I see your face, to the film's climactic standoff scene in his 1992 film Reservoir Dogs.
One of my
The
favorite
film was,
movies.
I know, it's so
Do you
good.
have that one?
Yep, I have that one. I have that one on Blu-ray. I do, yeah. You know what
I
else?
have the box set of all the stuff of his movies.
I have Death Proof on Blu-ray too. I really love that movie. The film was novelized in 1967 by Joe Milliard as a part of the Dollars Western series based on The Man with No Name. The South Korean Western movie The Good, the Bad, and the Weird in 2008 is inspired by the film, with much of its plot and character elements borrowed from Leone's film. In his introduction to the 2003 revised edition of his novel The Dark Tower, The Gunslinger, Stephen King said the film was a primary influence for the Dark Tower series, with Eastwood's character inspiring the creation of King's protagonist, Roland Deschain. In 1975, Willie Colon, with Yomo Taro and Hector Lavoe, released an album titled The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. The album cover featured in the three in cowboy attire. Obviously, this film has had a massive impact on the Western genre in general. Many in the U.S. saw it as the beginning of an Italian invasion of the most recognizably American film genre. Chris Frayling, who is a British educationalist and writer who loves beans, argues that on the whole, Americans had become bored with an exhausted Hollywood genre. He notes that Paul Kael, for example, had appreciated how non-American films of the time could exploit the conventions of the Western genre while debunking its morality. Along with Peter Bonantella and others, Frayling argues that such revisionism was the key to Leone's success and, to some degree, that of the spaghetti Western genre as a whole. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, like the later Once Upon a Time in the West, belongs to multiple Western sub-genres: epic Western, outlaw, or gunfighter films, revisionist Western, and spaghetti Westerns. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly has been called the definitive spaghetti Western, and I would say one of the best Westerns of all time.
The best Western of all time.
Yes. Last note. There was a proposed sequel. Okay. So The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is the last film in the Dollars trilogy, and thus does not have an official sequel. However, screenwriter Luciano Vincenzoni stated on numerous occasions that he had written a treatment for a sequel, tentatively titled Tu Buono, Il Brutto, Il Cavito, number 2. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, 2. Why do they have to just call it that? Fuck off, whatever. According to Vincenzoni and Eli Wallach, the film would have been set 20 years after the original. It would have followed Tuco pursuing Blondie's grandson for the gold. Interesting. Clint Eastwood expressed an interest in taking part in the film's production, including acting as narrator. Joe Dante and Leone were also approached to direct and produce the film, respectively. The film was ultimately vetoed by Leone, as he did not want the original film's title or characters to be reused, nor did he want to be involved in another Western film. So he said, fuck all y'all Hollywood bullshit people who always make sequels to fucking everything, and let my movie just be it. Good on you, Sergio Leone. And that, my friends, is going to take us out of our deep dive timeline of one of the best Westerns of all time. The good,
The best
the
Western.
bad, and the ugly. And as
Fight
Mikey
me.
says, the best Western, and he will fight you. Look real close. Look real close, buddy. Oh, bitch. Bitch. Oh, bitch. Dude, I did a TikTok of all the times that Freddy Krueger said bitch in the series, and it blew up. It's got like 60 likes. Oh, I call it blew up, but it's like our most popular TikTok. So anyway,
I saw
whatever.
that.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it, friends. So we're done. Let's start getting you checked out so we can get out of here. Okay.
You have to read the penis GPT.
Yeah, last thing we'll do before we get you checked out, I will read the Mike GPT chat. So what has Mikey been up to while I've been talking way too much? He put YouTube and
The Wikipedia and YouTube, and then the title is for what's next week.
oh,
And I made sure it's on all streaming so you can see it. So
okay, all right. So Mike GPT. Mike has been kidnapped. The slime is touched. Oh my God. Why does this thing always go down like that? The slime has touched the floors, and I am now resigning to my role as the slime taster. I was born from the slime, and I shall be a part of the slime, for I am slime. Hi, YouTube. This is Slimecast AI. Hugh Torn Janus is his full name. Never forget it. Hugh Torn Janus. Penis LLC. Slime will cover the scabs, and out come Little Scabby Main, Scabby Wayne 2, and Scabby Main 3, and they will kill you. Once you go slime, and you always lose time, Clint Eastwood.
No. You have to read it right. You have to read it right.
Clint Eastwood. Oh my fucking God, bro.
That was almost my name for this episode.
Clint Eastwood. That, my friends, was Dr. Harry Pienenstein Jr.'s Chat GPT. Read by yours truly, Angel Pen 15. All right, friends. Let's get you checked out. I hope you got your popcorn, your candy, and your soda pops ready to go, because we got to get you out of here. And if you don't buy all that stuff, it'll expire. And then next time you're here and you buy it, it'll be expired. So buy it now, because we don't have money.
Right now.
Okay.
I gotta go.
You got to run?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's awake.
All right.
It's like late. I gotta go.
Okay.
Bye.
All righty. Bye.
You want me to just announce it real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Next week's episode is gonna be
Torso from 1973. So we're sending you guys home with that. Watch it before you come back. It's going to be a ton of fun. So Mikey had to run because his kid woke up from his nap. So we are going to finish this out and get you guys checked out by ourselves this week. So this week, we're sending you guys home with all of that, as well as a Day of Anger from 1967 by Tonino Valeri. We're sending you home with Bad Man's River from 1971 by Eugenio Martin. Both of those star Lee Van Cleef, so have a fun time with those Westerns and enjoy the performance of a very solid Western actor. We're sending you home with Two Males for Alexa from 1971 by Juan Lugar. We're going to send you home with Perfume for the Lady in Black from 1974 by Francesco Borelli. And lastly, we're going to send you home for the kids with Blank Check, the Disney classic from 1994 by Rupert Wainwright. Just a quick synopsis on that. It's after a crook named Carl Quigley nearly kills an 11-year-old boy by running over the boy's bike, he mistakenly gives the boy a blank check. The resourceful Preston makes out the check for $1 million and he cashes it. As Preston enjoys spending his windfall, Carl realizes his mistake and he goes looking for the boy, while the FBI searches for Preston's alias, the mysterious Macintosh. Preston soon learns the real value of money. Okay. So that's a really fun one. We hope you enjoy that with the family. And then lastly, next week, we are going to be covering Torso from 1973. We really appreciate you guys joining us every week. I know this is episode 22. We've been having a ton of fun, getting used to how we do the show. And, we're really just, we appreciate you guys riding along. We're over 430 listens now. So you guys are really supporting us, and we appreciate it. Go give us a like, subscribe, give us a follow wherever you heard about us, whether that's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, any of the social medias. We appreciate you guys following us there. But please, if wherever you're listening to us, hit the subscribe button. If you didn't know this and it's your first time here, you actually get a midnight showing if you do that. So the show is announced that it comes out on Saturday, but if you're a subscriber, you'll see that it actually comes out on Friday nights. So you get a little bit of an early show. If you are a subscriber, you'll find that out. We appreciate you all. We hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next time on VHS Doom here at the best place that you could be, the VHS Doom podcast and rental store. This is Dylan signing off. Peace. Risotto Bobolini. It's a me, Risotto Bobolini. Santa Maria, Lee Van Cleef, Sergio Leone, directing spaghetti westerns. I love spaghetti, twisted spaghetti, red sauce spaghetti. Fucking shit. Okay, yeah, that was stupid. We'll keep going. All right, so...
That should get cut off the YouTube.
That's not getting cut off of YouTube. Definitely not. Unless we get a new editor and you cut it out, then go for it. Or don't. I don't give a shit.